All right, so these are the cleanouts. These will be kind of where we can maintenance your line. If you have a clog or a frozen line, we can get in there and unclog it or jet through it to clear it for you. If you do ever have a frozen line or a clogged line, give us a call and we can come out and roto-root it or jet it for you. If you don't have cleanouts in your existing system, we can also come in and install these for you, and they can save a lot of headaches. If you have a clog on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, we can come out and help you out. One real important thing to watch for is that you don't have a leaking toilet or leaking faucet. You can usually see it through the cleanouts or hear it. But if you have that water constantly going into that system, it may not seem a lot, but every day it's going to be end up being a lot of water, and it'll overload your system. Each system is kind of designed for its intended use and soil type, and when you overload it, you could cause a premature failure of your system. So the next part is the sewer lines. This is basically the line between the tank and the building. If there's any clogs or anything, you need to have a set of cleanouts so that it can be maintained properly. All right, so the next part is the septic tank. This is what's going to kind of separate the solids and oils from the actual liquid. There's a baffle in the middle here that there's a hole in the middle where it'll let all the solids collect on the bottom and all the oils and greases collect on the top, and only let the liquid go into the leach field. You don't want any of that sludge or grease or oil getting into your leach field because it could cause a premature failure. These tanks should be pumped out every couple of years. If there's more use, more people living in the home, we recommend even every year. If it's a vacation home, you can kind of push that back to 3 or 4 years. But if you're not sure, just give us a call and we'd be happy to help and give you some information. But it's super important for the life of your septic system to keep this thing pumped at least every 2 years. So this line right here should only have waters in it. All the solids should have been caught in the tank, and so this should have just water going to the distribution box and the leach field. So this is your distribution box and leach field. This distribution box is going to let all the water go into each of the laterals equally. Okay, so all the water is going to, from the septic tank, is going to come in here and go into the infiltrators, and then that's where it's going to soak into the ground. Once it starts soaking in the ground, there's going to be a lot of bacteria that's going to process the wastewater before it gets to any groundwater. So the number of infiltrators that's required is dependent on the soil type and the size of your house or building. When we do the soil analysis, that's when we determine how many infiltrators you need. These are the observation ports. These will give you kind of an ability to look into your system to make sure that water's getting to all parts of your system. We install these at the end of every row, and then we'll put them in the front too as well. So you'll also be able to have a good outline of where your leach field is. One important thing on the leach field is once it's backfilled is to keep vehicle and traffic off of it. These things are designed to support the load of the soil, but not designed to absorb the load of a car or vehicle or tractor going over it. There really shouldn't be any weight on these at all.